What's going on, everybody? We're back again on the YouTube, and this time we're here to replace some old leaf springs. As you can see from my previous video, we finally got it running and driving, and I've been doing some test runs here and there. I haven't really driven it that far up the road, just kind of like a mile or two, and I just come back because I'm still waiting on insurance to get tags for it. But as you can see, it is sagging on this right side here. I don't know if you can see it, but the car is sitting slightly to the back there. So, obviously to fix that, we've got some springs. So we got some springs here, and these are reverse eyelets, and they're 5 leaves, so a little stiffer. They're 2 inches lowered. I have a 1-inch lowering block in there now, so hopefully it will sit just the way I want it to. Now I did start taking this off just so I can see like which direction these need to go, because these ones don't come with the mount or the bushing here. So to get them on there, I'm just gonna go ahead and reuse the old bushings, but I'm gonna order like polyurethane and put those in later. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I got the old gun here, zip them off. So now I just gotta take off mountain bolt there, then the hangers back here, and then these leaves come out, new ones will go in. Put them back together, do the same thing on the other side. Ta-da! Like this angle right here. Look good. Is it on your radio? Just like that right there. Okay. You can see it's got a little bit more stiffness. Just a little bit. So we got the new springs and the old springs. As you can see, these are reverse. We call it curled, mounted, whatever. They are a little bit stiffer, as you can tell by the curvature. It has an extra spring pack, so it has 5 of these springs versus 4, which will help with the axle wrap. If it, under acceleration, the axle's gonna wanna twist. So we're all good up here on this mount, and then I'm going to take these bushings out and put them in here, and sometime in the future, if I remember, I'm going to do polyurethane for the rear bushings in the back in this hanger. So we'll go ahead and put the block on, get it back in the car, bolt it all up, and then we'll do the other side, set it down, and see how it looks. See what needs to run. you're doing this at home, don't do what I did and put the jack here. It's just hitting the eyelet and it's not letting the bolt hole line up. It's too far up. So I'm gonna try to move that down, at least to here, the connectors. And obviously if you don't have firm rail connectors like I do, this and sit up farther, you don't have to worry about it. So just an FYI. All right, we got the spring on this side, got everything bolted up. Got the slap bars on there. Now, we just need to lower it down. And we'll see how it looks. There she is. Got the springs installed. It's a pretty good height. And these are small tires, so they're just 14-inch. So if I get some bigger tires like 18-inch wheels, they'll probably fill it out a little better. And now it's actually sitting even-ish. Kinda. Maybe it's the car that's twisted. Probably. Alright, so it got a little dark there after I put these springs on, but now it is light out, so we'll go ahead and give you a look around of how the car is sitting. So before I did this, it did sit a little crooked. Now it's not sitting as crooked, but it's still crooked if you can see like how much more tires on that side and that side. And it just sits, and I think this is how it's supposed to sit, because it does have 2-inch lowering springs with a 1-inch block, so it's 3 inches lowered. And I think that's about where it's gonna sit, which is kind of like where I want it to sit. And then this side, sitting up a little high. I think it probably just needs to settle. So I probably just need to drive it and it'll be good. But yeah, here's the stance. I definitely want to go down a little lower in the front, so I'll probably cut off like half a coil in the spring, and that would probably get it to where the front's not sitting like weirdly high like it is. So we got another continuation here working on the Mustang again. So I just showed you I just did the springs. That back corner is sagging, but it's not sagging. I've did measurements all around, and this corner is sitting up higher, which is pushing the car to sit down. So to lift it up, put weight on it, you can see it, sit more square. But these springs are cut, so they might not be cut the same. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off both sides and then measure the springs, make sure they're the same. I'm gonna try to cut off a little bit more on this side just so it'll sit like it should. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right. So got the springs on, got those all taken apart. Cut some more off the spring. Now this front left side, I did cut off a little bit more than that side just because of how the car was sitting before. But so now the car sits level and it sits very even. So I think a lot of the times these cars, they like naturally sit up higher in the front, so it has like negative rake almost, like as far as like the shape of the roof. Now like from like tire to wheel well, There is a bigger gap versus like up here, but like it still sits level. Now, what a lot of guys do is they'll run, say like they run like 17-inch wheels in the front, but they'll have 18 in the back, and it'll like kind of lift it up to where it is, but like visually you can't really tell the difference. But I want to kind of keep it the same look, so now it sits perfectly level, and it sits even on all 4 corners. So now the rear is lowered 3 inches, and this has about a full, I think 1.5. Well, I think 1.5 on this side, 1 3/4 coil on the other side. So that really lowers it down from stock height on 14-inch wheels. Now the other thing is ground clearance, and the exhaust is the lowest point, you know, about 4 fingers. And then the oil pan does hang a little low, so does the transmission pan, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not really gonna drive it, you know, in places that I need to worry about ground clearance. So some of those videos kind of cut up in like different days, and like over the last couple weeks I've been kind of tinkering with it, just because by the time I get home from work, it's like I get like an hour of sunlight, because this time of year before daylight savings it kind of sucks, so it gets dark really fast. Like right now, got pretty much all the rear springs done, front springs down, cut, got everything's sitting right. Now the only thing I need to do is take it to work and get an alignment, and then actually first I need to get insurance on it. Once I get insurance, get tags on it, drive it, get it to work, get an alignment, and then I'm gonna start working on putting the Holly Pro dash in and getting like the gas stage wired up and getting like everything on the screen like I want it. But that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.